Does it come up automatically when you go in reverse?
Yes. Yes, it does. Okay.
And what's the energy?
It tells you what energy you have. This is the
much you're using.
Yeah.
So if you turn off the radio, it'll give you more mileage, projected mileage, after a while. So everything here uses the batteries, the Tesla system.
What I found out just the other day, after I had it a couple of days, is it's got two batteries in it. It's got the main battery of 60 kilowatts, and it's got a 12-volt battery. But it's not the kind of 12-volt battery like you have in your car. Evidently, I called them. They're going to stop making that kind of battery, okay? Because it's too pollutant to make it. Right now, I found out there's only one place in the United States making batteries, okay, that's allowed to make batteries, and that's in Pennsylvania. I think it's Eastern Pennsylvania. They got a big complex up there, and they make batteries for everybody.
Wow.
Okay. In our language, it's called a transmission because it goes between the tire and the motor.
Right.
Okay.
So that's basically it. That's the direct drive Tesla system.
Exactly.
Right there behind the seat.
Right.
Nothing else.
No.
So what's the torque and horsepower on that engine?
The horsepower is 315, and I think the torque is something like 800. Something.
800 torque?
Yeah.
Wow.
You'll feel it. You'll feel it.
Oh my God. Can I open this?
This is what? Okay, there's nothing open there. It's just slides back.
So I see.
Access these.
I see.
They got an air conditioner in there to feed the batteries.
Oh, I see. I see.
The car isn't everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
It's pretty close, but it never made it. He set up this here deck. Okay, is normally for my never seen such small risers.
I know, it's super tiny. Who's the roof line comes in so close. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, see the door opens? Yeah. So if you open the window, it opens, whatever.
It'll let you know.
Yeah, it tells you.
Wow.
Yeah. But the one that was over here, I touched it and the headlights went on. So.
So still a lot for you to learn on.
Yeah. What's the horn sound like?
I don't know. Never tried it.
Standard American horn, good.
There's speakers all over the place.
Surround sound, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's about 6 of them. Okay, and the power windows. And it's got some hookups for the computer.
Oh yeah, USB. The iPod.
Okay, this is the shift, which is on there too. Okay, so to put it in drive, which is when it's in. And oops.
Looks like the BMW shifter.
Oh really? Oh, it probably is too, because BMW owns some of this company.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. So does Toyota.
No kidding.
It's going to feel silly to you. It's not hearing any sound. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's
And
trendy.
she's pretty.
Oh, I love her.
I like that car.
All you feel is the tire rotation.
Yeah, tire rotation and tire slack. Yeah.
Wow. Strange. It's so strange.
It's the way cars are
It
going to be.
has.
Yeah.
See the braking? I'm not touching the brakes.
You're not touching the brake?
No, it has regenerative braking, which charges the. That's what it shows here, which charges the battery. The brakes.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I read about that.
Okay, so I don't have to touch the brake unless I want a panic stop or I'm that that close to the car line. But normally, once you learn how to drive it, you'll never have to use the brake.
Really?
Right. And if you notice the brakes on the wheels, they're big.
Yeah.
And I imagine they're $100 a better piece.
There's a setting to have it where it's heavy regeneration or mild.
I see. So if you're taking a long trip, you need heavy regeneration.
Right. So now we're going 33. I'll wait till I get to the other road to hit it. But the throttle, let's call it a throttle or whatever, it's very sensitive. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like the car like floats. It doesn't have any, what would you call it?
There's
drag.
no mechanical
There's
feel
no,
to it.
There's no hesitation.
No hesitation, nothing. It just
Right? It just goes.
direct power.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's true. It's direct power.
Well, yeah, I'm not doing anything to it, but you can feel it right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
See, this is slowing down. Feel it?
Wow. You're not hitting the brake.
I'm not touching. No, I'll eventually drive this car without using the brakes. They're gonna slow me down. Okay.
Maybe on Sheridan it might be.
It also has a thing on here to stop you from spinning your back wheels, and he pushed it.
Traction.
It's a traction control for the
Yeah, and I can't find it again. You know, it should be under this.
controls.
It should be under that somewhere.
Parking head off, lock power, e-brake off,
Maybe at the top of this. Just
Charging.
try it.
settings. Go there.
Okay, I'm going to try it.
Oh my god. Wow. That is incredible.
Traction control is on.
It, that's unbelievable. The pressure, the
You should feel it
G-force
from a
is
full stop.
incredible.
4.6. It was a quarter mile. I mean,
It feels like a lot more than 300 horses.
Well, I didn't do it hard, you know. I did it hard to a woman that is our neighbor, and she was sitting over there, and she got so scared she cried, and I was cold on the back seat.
Oh, really?
Alice?
Yeah.
Wow.
My wife hasn't even got in the car yet.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I was having words with her. She's driving me crazy though.
She doesn't want to get in the car? She doesn't want to drive?
Then they going to get in the car.
You're kidding?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's mad as you.
I said I bought this car for her, okay? I didn't buy it for me. I was going to drive my Ford for the rest of my life. And drive this occasionally, you know, when she wasn't in it.
Mm-hmm.
And she went out and bought a brand new car.
Wow.
Made sure that it was sitting in her garage before we got this to make sure I wouldn't make her drive it.
Very high suspension stand. You couldn't even lower the suspension.
I have air suspension. So if it's on standard now, if I put it on high, the car will go up. Okay.
Wow.
When it's on standard, then what happens is as the car gains speed,
Gotta lower.
it lowers itself, yeah. We're sitting on the batteries. The batteries are between the front wheels and the rear wheels, and between the two doors.
Okay.
There's 1,700 batteries. They're a little bigger than AA's, and they stand about 4 inches, and there's 1,700 standing up in that tray.
Wow.
And then around the tray they have a cooling jacket, and there's coolant in there to keep the batteries cool. Or hot, whatever
I see.
is required.
Right.
The car takes care of it. It has an air dam up there which it controls how much air it
How much air it receives. Wow, the technology in this vehicle is unbelievable.
But to get it off the trailer when he delivered it, he had to use this here, and he put it on very high, and the car looked like a duck, you know. It
Really?
was like a foot off the ground, you know. It
Wow.
looked really weird.
And the steering mode, you had comfort, standard, and sport.
Yeah, it's how much slack you have on the wheel when you turn it.
Right.
Now, I don't know if there's a...
Driver profile, so different people can have a different pro. If your wife wants to.
And this here says
profile
apps.
applications.
I want to go to that.
Nothing.
Okay.
I think you might be putting too much pressure on it. 'Cause it's not pressure sensitive, but it's touch sensitive. So So when you put too much pressure, it doesn't react.
Right.
Okay, so you want me to put less pressure on it?
Yeah, like let's see if I touch it like this. Wow, I can't even get to the. Wow. See, I barely touch it. You see, I barely touch it, and it moves. It's like the iPhone. If you put too much pressure on the iPhone,
Right.
it won't respond. You gotta just barely touch it with the tip of your finger.
Okay, I got it learned that.
Unbelievable, this car.
Isn't it? I waited 2 years and a month for it.
Oh my gosh.
Now you know why I waited.
Did you sleep last night thinking about it?
No, I'm okay with that. At my age, I don't.
Yeah, you don't get too excited anymore, huh?
You know, you're seriously going, man.
Wow. Rodrigo, do you mind if I open the window for a second?
No.
Just to hear the...
If you can figure out how.
So all you hear is the... it's basically just wind.
And one of the guys in the band had a relative that worked at Tesla. And he says, let me call him, we'll go over. So they did. They called him. He said, yeah, come on over. And he got him a ride. But it wasn't, they hadn't manufactured this car yet. He went into the
Roadster.
The Roadster. Yeah. And he said, man, that was rocking. And he said, the only thing I could hear was the tire noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Now, how did... what's this gentleman's name you told me about? Who, the South African that...
Elon
acquired Elon
Musk.
Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
How did he acquire the technology?
I would say basically out of his head for the desire. Okay, when he wants to do something, he doesn't know no bounds. You know, other people would be.
So he developed it. It didn't come from actually Tesla.
I'm not going to say he himself. He brought together
The engineers to.
with the right amount of people who were interested. You know, he said, "This isn't about making money. If you're not interested, if you're not excited, you know, I don't want you on my team."
Wow.
Yeah, so he hired guys that, and they're all young guys, you know, looking for their first chance, so to speak.
How did I get here? I am innocent.